Thanks for staying with us. It's time for our weekly Adopt a Pet segment. Rita Hart with the St. Lucie County Humane Society is back with another great adoption pet for us. Thanks for joining us again, Rita.
Well, thank you, Ed. It's always a pleasure to be here. It's such a lucky thing for these pets. They all continue to be adopted thanks to your show.
That's great news. Thank you.
And this is Frisky. Frisky's got a little special place in my heart. He is a dog that my family and I have been fostering since the end of February. He came into the shelter with his previous owner in very bad shape. His hair was a mess, but more importantly, he had some bad issues with his eyes, some ugly issues. He had ear infections, he had a skin infection. Wow. He just was a mess from top to bottom. And thanks to the wonderful doctors at the Animal Eye Specialty Clinic in Stewart, specifically Dr. Todd Struby, we took Frisky there, and Dr. Struby recommended that his one eye be removed. He did that surgery for us for free. And every office visit that Frisky has had since then has been at no charge to the shelter. The only thing we're paying for are his medications as time went along. So he had to go back for a second surgery on the other eye to prevent eventual glaucoma that would require the loss of that eye as well. So there was a second surgery after he recovered from the first, and once again more medicine. He was on medication for his skin infection, his ear infection, and over the course of the last 4 months he is now down to only 3 eye drops, one of which can be purchased over the counter. He may need those permanently, but he was on so much medication at one point that I actually had to do a spreadsheet to keep track of it all. Wow. So he has come so far, and in such really a short period of time, and I can't thank those wonderful doctors enough. Dr. Gray was the ear and skin specialist in the same office as Dr. Struby in Stewart, that treated him, again, no charge at all to the shelter.
Great to find businesses and professionals in the community who want to contribute and help out and do something good like that.
Absolutely. They saved his life. They saved his life basically because he would not have been an adoptable dog without their help, and the cost of those surgeries and all of that care is in the thousands, and that's money that unfortunately a nonprofit like the Humane Society can't always afford to put out for just one pet. So the fact that they did all of that for free has just been phenomenal. We can't thank them enough. They love Frisky. At one point I was taking him down there once a week for his visits. He has a visit this week, which I hope will be his last for a while. He may need to be seen once or twice a year after that. But again, he's far-sighted in the eye that they were able to save, but he gets around my home beautifully. I mean, every once in a while he'll bump into something, but he's become very playful. I have a basket of dog toys, and
well, he looks healthy. His skin, his coat is in great shape. His fur is nice and clean and soft. How old is he?
He's only 3 years old.
So he's young.
So he's young. He's starting to live back up to his name, Frisky, where he goes for the toys in the toy box we put out for him, plays with them. He gets along great with my other dogs. I would love to keep him, but because I have 3 other dogs in my home, I don't think it's fair to him, and it would prevent me from continuing to foster other animals as well.
Sure.
And he's been through so much that I would love to see him go into a home where he's the only pet being showered with as much love as he deserves.
All the attention on him.
Yeah, that's right.
He seems to love the attention right now.
Yeah.
And what breed is he again?
He's a Shih Tzu.
A Shih Tzu.
You know, he will need regular grooming. We've had him groomed several times. That's the other thing too. The groomer that does my other dogs, her name is Sharon Zito, and she's on Bayshore Boulevard in Port St. Lucie. I'm giving her a shout out because she has groomed him for free.
Oh,
so the whole community has come together to save this little guy, and he's well worth it and ready for his forever home.
And people love a little dog like this, a little friendly one that doesn't take up a lot of space, doesn't make too much noise.
Nope.
How is he with children?
He's great with children. As you know, I have a 4-year-old in my home, and he gets along great with her. The only thing I'm not sure of is cats. I haven't seen him interact with cats, so I don't know how that goes. But you know, all indications are he's just a very peaceful, quiet, lovely dog. He was completely house trained when he came into my home. Unfortunately, that took a step backwards because he had to wear, after his surgeries, he was wearing a cone on his head, and he couldn't go outside unless we took him out. I've kept him separate from my other dogs so that he wouldn't re-injure the eye, and I wasn't sure in the beginning how they would interact together. So because of those things, he took a step backward with the house training, but I don't think it'll take too much for him to come back around on that front again.
Right, yeah, he went through some difficult times, but he does look great now.
Yeah, that's great.
Be a little difficult for you to give him up, but if you know he's going to a good home, that will help.
Right, exactly. It's going to be really hard for me to give him up, and I'm going to give, if I can, my work cell phone number if anyone's interested in adopting Frisky, because I would like to have a say in who he goes to, and that number is 772-801-8564, or they can call the shelter at 772-461-0687 and just ask for Rita. We'll go from there. But he's a complete lap dog. He loves, when I'm on the computer, he just loves to lay across my lap with his head on my arm. And on the ride over here today, you know, he was quiet in the car, and he's just a very gentle, loving dog, and I think he'd make a great companion.
Great. Tell us the name of those doctors and the groomer who helped out again, because they are now part of helping keep these dogs off our streets, and we want to make sure that we thank them as well.
Absolutely.
So one more time, who they are and where they are.
Dr. Todd Struby, he's with the Animal Eye Specialty Clinic in Stuart, and also Dr. Gray, who is the ear and skin specialist at that same office in Stuart. They're on Canner Highway. And the groomer is Sharon Zito, Z-I-T-O, and she's located at the corner of Bayshore and Voltaire Terrace.
All doing their part to keep animals from wandering the streets of Port St. Lucie,
Yeah,
as are you and the St. Lucie County Humane Society.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it, Rita Hart. Thanks for coming in, bringing a great pet. We hope somebody is interested and gives them another good home.
We'll keep you updated.
All right.
All right, thanks, Ed.
And we'll be back after this quick message.